Good afternoon. My name is Niko House, host of the political radio show Mikase Sukase, and we've had a breaking revelation within Wikileaks. Once again, always proving to be on the right side of history. Why they didn't release this information before is beyond me, but they release it once they can get their hands on it. Okay, it turns out Guccifer 2.0 was able to actually manipulate the metadata so that it looked like that he was not in the United States when he received the information, but WikiLeaks has gotten information proving that he was, in fact, in the United States when he released this information. Now, for those of you who do not know who Guccifer 2.0 is, he's one of the ones credited with hacking the DNC. But it turns out that he, in fact, did not hack the DNC, but instead he actually, and this is something that he claimed, had a leaker, and he has alleged that that leaker is Seth Rich. And so obviously, this isn't the first time we've heard this. We've heard that Seth Rich was a leaker for WikiLeaks. We heard from Guccifer 2.0 that Seth Rich was a leaker for his documents. We've seen the conversation, if you haven't, between Guccifer 2.0 and a young lady on Twitter who he told this to, and WikiLeaks retweeted this. Remind you, WikiLeaks is 100% credible, 100% accuracy, never has ever been discredited. So I tend to rely heavily on things that they retweet because they don't retweet a lot, okay? And what we come to find out is that he was in fact in the United States when this information was leaked. So he was pretending that he was overseas. I'll link the article below, but I think we should think about what this means because they also talk about some other things. It also is a little bit more damning to the whole Russia argument. It turns out that not only did he fake the metadata that made it appear that he was overseas instead of in the United States, but he also only took like two and 4. These are seconds. This is how long he took to quote unquote edit the documents, which means before he released them, he didn't look to see if they were valuable. He didn't look to see if the content was verifiable. It's almost as if somebody verified it for him. If he only took 2 seconds and 2 seconds and 4 seconds and 3 seconds to edit the documents, that's the longest that it took was 4 seconds to quote unquote edit the documents. That means somebody already verified that information was exactly what they said it was, and that he did not hack anything. 4 seconds isn't a hack. You can if he's the best damn hacker in the world if he can hack something and confirm it in 4 seconds. So what we start to see now is that story ramping back up. Guccifer 2.0 isn't Russian. WikiLeaks and Julian Assange are not Russian. If they're Russian, they'll probably be in Russia hiding with Eric Snowden. But like I said time and time again, Julian Assange has released about as much information on Putin as he has on Hillary. So let's not get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. He's released a lot of information on a lot of people, including the Bush and Cheney administration back in the day when the Democrats hailed him as a hero, which is why Chelsea Manning is out of jail. Because it's a little, appreciate that. It made us look great. Understand, we've seen proof on proof on proof on facts on facts on facts proving that there was a leaker. And in some cases there were several leakers. But at least 2 times now have we heard the name. At least 2 times that we heard the name Seth Rich as far as being the leaker. Guccifer 2.0 claimed it. Julian Assange strongly alluded to it. I mean, strongly alluded. We have all the facts surrounding Seth Rich's murder thus far. And now, instead of saying, we need an investigation, we need to do this, people are saying, well, the MSM is saying, the Democratic National Consultants and all that, all that little party over there, they're all saying, nah, let's just forget about it, throw the slide. DC is investigating it. DC still calling it a botched robbery when the chief of police at the time said that it does not look like a botched robbery. Nobody believed it was a botched robbery, and she left. She left, by the way, a month later The former chief of police claimed that the corruption in D.C., the Metro D.C. Police Department, was far too high. We are getting into some really muddy waters. And we need to keep staying vigilant, staying on our toes, and asking questions. Because if this is some super figurehead politician that the establishment backed, would never stop. The investigations would never stop until we found out who killed him, or at least they could get a scapegoat. But I think one of the most damning things about this entire thing was that, you know how you know that there's a good chance, there's a really good chance that the Democratic Party was involved in this. And they were like, well, how? How do you know? And I saw this tweet, and it was like, wow, didn't even think of that. They would have used it as a huge opportunity to talk about gun violence and how they need to get guns out of the streets and how we need more stricter common sense gun laws and blah, 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 blah. They didn't. They pretended like it didn't happen. They said their 2 cents and then moved on and tried to get the MSM to move on as fast as humanly possible. They never do that. Not once. If there's some gun violence, especially something involving, you know, something that they can use as a political advantage right before an election, they would do it, but they didn't. Thank you all so much for watching. There are going to be some more videos to come regarding this. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment, and always remember, find your balance. Peace.